As we speak, the night sky is undergoing profound changes that will transform its appearance within decades, if not years. Experts and astronomers around the world have raised the alarm. Personalities such as Neil deGrasse Tyson have collaborated to confirm that Polaris is about to undergo a drastic change, and the story behind this event is disturbing. Polaris' central position in the night sky has defined its uniqueness as the North Star. Until now, this star was a constant reference point for stargazers, navigators, and astronomers. However, this stability could soon be altered significantly, transforming both our night sky and the astronomical measurements we are accustomed to. Join us to understand the seriousness of this threat and its impact on all of us. Let's examine the history of Polaris, which is in its final stages. Polaris has long been considered the guiding star that leads the way, a beacon revered by astronomers and navigators throughout the centuries. Its constant presence in the firmament has been fundamental to celestial navigation. However, all of this could suddenly change. A recent study presented by the respected Royal Astronomical Society in September 2023 has raised uncertainty about the future of this bright star. Polaris is on the verge of an explosion that will cause it to disappear permanently from the night sky. Before we delve into the implications of this revelation, let's take a closer look at the star in question. Polaris, also known as the North Star, occupies a special position in the sky because of its proximity to the celestial North Pole. It is almost directly over the Earth's North Pole, which gives the illusion that it remains static in the northern sky. The star is located in the constellation Ursa Minor. Polaris is a star of moderate brightness that stands out as a yellow-white supergiant of considerable dimension compared to our Sun. Despite its appearance as a lone star, it is actually part of a rather complex triple star system. Within this system, the primary stars are Polaris AA and Polaris AB, which, to the naked eye, look like a single star. In addition, there is a third companion, Polaris B, orbiting this binary pair. The gravitational forces between these stars shape their orbits and affect their individual behaviors, which has a direct impact on their brightness and other notable characteristics. Any disturbance in these interactions can cause irregular changes in stellar luminosity or pulsation patterns, but we do not yet fully understand the precise details of those processes. Polaris is approximately 323 light-years from Earth, which means that the light we receive from this star today was actually emitted 323 years ago. This great distance means that if Polaris were to explode today, we would not be aware of it until 320 years later. Therefore, when we finally witness this event from Earth, more than 3 centuries would have elapsed since it occurred. The scientific projections are based on empirical evidence available at present, which implies that it is plausible Polaris has already experienced an explosion, but we have not yet received the light from that event. Throughout history, the North Star has played a significant role, extending through various civilizations and eras. Its value is cultural, symbolic, and crucial to navigation. Its stability and immovable position near the celestial North Pole have made it an invaluable tool for ancient mariners and travelers. This star has acted as a lighthouse, allowing precise orientation and navigation on seas and lands. Located almost in line with Earth's axis of rotation, it has stood as a reliable reference point for determining direction, especially in the northern hemisphere. The North Star holds great symbolic importance in many cultures. In some social groups, it represents the idea of constancy and solidity. It is perceived as a pole star, an element that has remained unchanging amidst the celestial ballet that makes up the night sky. Recently, this star has exhibited behavior outside of what was expected. This disturbing alteration in its pulsational cycle has puzzled astronomers, prompting further analysis of this celestial anomaly. Instead of following the predictable pulsation pattern, Polaris has adopted an unpredictable and erratic cycle of dimming and brightening. This variation has raised concern among scientists, who warn that the star may be nearing the end of its life. This change is consistent with the behavior observed in stars as they near the end of their existence. The progressive increase in the pulsation times of Polaris, which was previously stable in its dimming and brightening cycle, could be attributed to the interactions between the star and its system, even though they are perceived as a single entity. Notably, astronomers have observed an unusual increase in pulsation duration of approximately 4.5 seconds. Although seemingly insignificant, this change is of great significance. Some astronomers have cautiously suggested that gravitational forces between the Polaris stars could be the cause of these fluctuations in the star's atmospheric conditions, directly affecting its pulsation patterns. However, others are not convinced and firmly believe that the star is close to its explosion. This suspicion is based on the shrinking similarities between the mysterious behavior of Polaris and Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse, another prominent star in the Orion constellation, has shown puzzling alterations in its brightness, leading to speculation about a possible imminent explosion. Several experts have warned of the star's inevitable end, emphasizing its absurd fluctuations in brightness and behavior patterns similar to those of stars that have reached the end of their life cycles. NASA has been attracted by the anomalies presented by Betelgeuse. The agency has shown great concern about the possibility of Betelgeuse exploding, which contrasts with the irregularities observed in Polaris. Although NASA has expressed strong interest and vigilance toward the unusual behavior of Betelgeuse, it has not made an official announcement of similar monitoring concern regarding Polaris. Stars undergo an extensive journey through different stages in their evolutionary cycle. When new, these stars have relatively low temperatures and brightness. Subsequently, they advance to the main sequence phase, marked by nuclear fusion, where they remain stable for billions of years. Finally, as their hydrogen fuel is depleted, they enter the red giant phase, where they experience a rapid increase in temperature and brightness. This phase sees a dramatic increase in energy output before reaching a catastrophic explosion. If Polaris were to experience a supernova, we would surely witness an amazing event in our sky. The star would become incredibly luminous, eclipsing even the brilliance of the moon and becoming one of the brightest objects in the night sky. This luminous spectacle could last for days, weeks, or even months. The star's visual appearance would undergo drastic changes. It would transform into a dazzling point of light or a temporary bright object, potentially manifesting colors before fading. This visual display could momentarily alter our familiar perception of the constellations Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, as Polaris is part of these stellar groupings. As for our safety, we will be completely safe. Given the size and distance of Polaris, it is unlikely that the Earth would be affected even in the event of a stellar explosion. Visually, although a Polaris supernova may not be as spectacular as Betelgeuse, it could be visible to the naked eye for a long period and outshine nearby bright stars. If you liked this video, we invite you to show your support by leaving a like, subscribing, and activating the notification bell, as this motivates us to continue creating content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.